So the passage I chose to go over today was James 1, 2 through 4, and it says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, when you face trials of many kinds, for the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance go on and finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." I think the main thing to look at in this verse is the idea that the author of the book of James was clearly asking for the persecuted Christians at the time to go through those trials and the awful things that happen in our day-to-day lives with joy and with an attitude of joy. I think he recognized the importance of how that act would set Christians apart from those who were not Christians. And I think that that's a really important piece of this verse. And then it goes on to talk about how the testing of our faith produces perseverance. And I think that's where God gets to do a lot of work, is where perseverance comes in and kind of meets us halfway in terms of those trials. And I think in that, when it goes on to say that perseverance, let perseverance go on and do its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. I think in that, there's a promise for whatever these trials that we may go through in our lives, like it is so that we may be mature and complete, not lacking anything, in the way that God intended us to be. And I think that's kind of beautiful, a beautiful promise that I know I have clung to in my life. Personally, I feel like this verse really captures what it means to be a Christian, to be joyful in those seasons of despair, and just kind of gives us the opportunity to witness God's promise in our lives, that the things that we do go through and the pain that we will face is, is going to give us the opportunity for God to do great works in us. And I know for me, as over the years, I've heard this verse in many different contexts, in many different places in my life, in those moments of, Lord, what am I going to do next? Or where are you? And every single time I'm encouraged, because I know that in that moment, like, nothing will compare to like the glory that will be revealed, which is a totally different verse. But I know that in that, like, there is an end to my suffering, even if it's not in our time on earth. Like, I know that there is deliverance when it comes to going to heaven, and the promise that is in that, and the promise that God will use that for his glory. And I think that's really cool. So thank you.